Michael Jackson, no more knee.
I need to put like a way to like, you know what I should do? I should fade into a green screen so that way it like when we're done with the intro, it like puts smoke across us or something. Because it always
Ooh.
like abruptly stops. You know, it's like, hi everybody. You know,
Like kind of fade some kind
yeah, I
of
don't know how to do that.
segue in. Yeah, shoot, we'll have to figure that out too. But maybe we'll just put smoke machines in the studio.
That's
Think
exactly
that
what I was
think,
planning on
think,
doing. Dude, I have COVID-19. Everybody watching, I'm so mad about this COVID-19. COVID-19 is the worst, bro.
How so?
Because it ruins everybody's fun. Because like, think about this, dude, and I'm being serious. If you have, what's this
Oh,
all
time to
about?
watch the Chino Bros.
Oh,
Is that your
yeah.
notification? Watch it. Okay. Hey, that's an example. Everybody watching, set your notification.
Set your notifications.
Yeah. Don't miss the Chino Bros.
That's exactly why I did that. Hold on, let me turn off my notifications. All right, getting back to what I'm saying. Here's the thing. So like, when COVID first started, it sounded like some sort of like voodoo, herpes or something. You
It
know
was
what I mean?
scary.
Yeah, man. Like especially when it was just in China before it got to United States. Like you're seeing them sprayed down and stuff. You're like, yo, what's
Yeah.
going on over there? Then people are like, what does COVID do? And it's like Ebola. But you don't know what Ebola does. She's like, I guess it eats you from the inside out. You start getting all freaked out, right? Then it comes over here. Then we're locked down for what was it, like 3 months, something. You guys were locked down way longer than we
Long
were.
time. We're locked down for a long time.
Yeah, so we were locked down for 3 months from me opening my shop. And then I had to kick it with with Sherilyn and the kids. And I was like, I got to go back to work, man. I love my kids. I love my wife, but I need to go back to work. So then, like, now it's kind of at a place where, like, I don't know if we really think this is that bad. You know what I mean? Because, like, now, like, my kids got it. And they're like, oh, they can come back to school next week. I'm like, no 10-day
Yeah, it's like a
quarantine?
5-day quarantine.
Yeah,
They
they're
keep
like, oh,
shortening
no,
it,
we're
right?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on my mind, I'm like, what's the difference, But then at the same time, I guess this is the third whatever variation of COVID.
What?
Bro, I
Yeah.
went
Yeah.
2 years without getting COVID.
Dude, but
2
I remember we
years.
were talking about that too, because dude, it hit me hard in January, and I was like, I was doing the mixes and stuff, and I go back and listen to my mixing breaks and stuff, and I don't know why I had no business being on the radio because it was like, Crew 99, like it just sounded awful, dude, and I sounded like I was just out of it. But yeah, you're right, dude. 2 years goes by, I finally get it. But Mike, you remember too, we had that concert in September, and I was feeling sick. But I was like, I can't. If I test and I'm positive, and I'm out for 2 weeks, it'll fall apart.
Oh, yeah.
And our guest is gonna know what I'm talking about too, because he does a ton of events too. But you're like, I can't sit on the sidelines. I can't. Not that I
So I didn't
there's
take
too
a
much to
COVID
do.
test. Yeah, I didn't take a COVID test. Everybody in the house took a COVID test. Everybody came back positive except me. So I don't feel as bad going to the shop. But then at the same time, like I don't feel that bad, Adley. I just feel like I have a bad cold. And so like
Yeah.
if I can properly utilize my time where it's like, okay, look, I don't really need to be at the shop past 3. I stick around past 3 to
Yeah.
do some extra tightening up things, whatever. Let me just get home. So if I can get home and then just take a quick nap, maybe a half hour, 45-minute nap, like
Yeah.
a good power nap, then I'm straight again. I'm like, okay, cool. I feel good. I feel unsick, all that stuff.
Yeah. But dude, the truth is COVID ain't going nowhere, apparently, dude.
No, dude, but
It's gonna be around, but we gotta move on.
here's the thing is that I got interrupted from having my little nap every F word day this week. And I'm kind of trying to explain to people like, yo, I get it. You think I'm Mr. Superhero or something. I'm not. This is all a trick. I need to be home at 3:00 and take an F word nap. Like,
Yeah.
and it got messed up all week. That's why I hate
Brutal.
COVID. Well, and here's the next reason why I hate COVID. Then we'll bring on Nocturnal. Because dude, it feels like a cold now, but I do feel kind of guilty not telling people I have it.
Dude, no comment, because I wanted, because I felt like that too. I was like avoiding, but you remember pre-COVID, you'd pop a Dayquil and just go about your day and work and kind of just suck it up. Now you're like, oh, dude, I got a test, bro. I got to make sure, I'm a negative test, dude. And Nocturnal, again, when we bring him on, he's Mr. Events too. And you, dude, I'd go to a hockey game and they'd be like, let me see your thing. Let me see your
Oh yeah,
proof,
you guys had to show. Yeah, you guys had to show your COVID
proof of
test papers,
vaccination.
huh?
Yeah. And dude, just between me and you, people would have a picture on their phone and this guy making minimum wage is checking. He's probably like, yeah, sure, go ahead, dude. Oh, it's my son's progress report from 3rd grade. Whatever, dude, that works for me. I guarantee, dude. And the problem is, we went to see the Globetrotters and actually paid for tests for the kids, and it's like $30 a pop, and they don't care. They didn't care.
Really?
They would have let us in. I think they would have let us in anyways. I mean, if I showed a piece of paper.
All right, well, let's bring Nokturnal on and see how he feels about COVID-19.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, DJ Nokturnal, a.k.a. Lionel Rockin The Vinyl. A man of many talents, ladies and gentlemen.
Lionel Rockin The Vinyl, bro. That's my
DJ
favorite
Nokturnal.
part.
Lionel Rockin That Vinyl. Yeah,
What's
and sometimes, hey, when I introduce him to you, I'll do the, who is it? DJ Nokturnal. Yeah, we'll do that one too, dude. So he used to be a Mr. and we won't say the name of it because he's doing some stuff, but he also had a food side hustle going on. So Nokturnal, man of many talents, man of many hustles, apparently man of many daughters. We just
and a palotero, man, to boot. Is that what you're telling me, Adley? He had a little cart. He would walk down the way.
Similar. I'll let him open it up too if we get to it too. But and this is interesting too. He texted me some pictures of some old flyers, and man, your flyer game was tight. Mike and I DJ'd before we got on radio.
Bro, you don't want to know nothing about that flyer game, DJ Nokturnal. I promise.
This is like my MySpace era right here.
Okay, those were MySpace days. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So you actually had a digital, pretty looking flyer. You're like, okay, this looks legit. And it was, however, Mike and I did the paper ones, and I'd take a picture of Mr. T, and I'd put him on there, and I'd just handwrite, "I pity the fool that don't go to our club," or whatever like that.
Adley wrote a comic strip. Adley wrote a comic strip on a piece of paper, and it was like we were in this crew, right? Our crew was called Too Strong Entertainment, and Adley was like, "Pete loves going to the Rock on Thursday," and he have a picture of this little cartoon guy, and he'd be like, "Everybody, come meet Pete. Chicks love Pete." And bro, I'd be standing outside the frat bars handing people those flyers, and I staple a Rice Krispie treat to them. Like, here you go, because I was trying to get people to come to our clubs, bro. You know what I mean? I was like, man, anything we could do.
There's a flip book flyer.
Oh,
one of those comic
done.
No, we never did that. That would have been a great idea.
We should have stapled a joint to the flyer, maybe something like that.
Bro, we didn't have that kind of money.
Hey, we gotta do a quick couple shout outs real quick.
Let's do it.
DJ Drask, what's cracking, fellas? What's up, DJ Drask?
What up, Richard?
Jules,
what's up, Mike Adley? And don't forget Nokturnal. Jules,
yeah.
what up, DJ?
What's up, Jules?
Yeah,
Jules is so much fun, man.
Yeah, yeah, Jules is great, dude. But that dude, the flyer game was ridiculous. But Mike, I kind of figured out the secret. You put on 2 kegs free beer with paid admission.
And you only have a pony keg. You only have a pony keg. that was our gimmick. 4 kegs, and we'd only have 1 keg.
Oh man, Doc, that's horrible. You're a sinner. All right, let's take this to the beginning, dude. So how'd you start DJing, DJ Nokturnal? Oh, real quick, man, how'd you get the name? That's a sweet name.
Okay, so the name came after I started DJing, but my brother worked like a night shift, and it was called the knock shift. And I would be up all night DJing at parties. I mean, we used to stay up till like 7, 8 in the morning. And I don't know, the name was DJ Knock, and then it transitioned to Nokturnal. So I mean, it's kind of the same analogy or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so that's pretty much how I got the name.
What was the knock shift?
The knock shift was like from 10 p.m. to 7 in the morning, I think, or 8 in the morning.
Where do you work at though, your brother?
Yeah, he took care of like mentally challenged individuals.
I was thinking it's like a club or something, or a radio
station. So he had to like stay at a house.
It was like a 24-hour client. You know, like, he was like a high risk client. You had to stay with him.
Oh man, that's a tough job. That job is tough. But yeah, Nokturnal, that's a dope name because there's so much that you can do with it. Like you know, putting heads to bed. I love that, right? Because like, yo, man, don't sleep on me. I'm DJing. Like, there's so much you can do with it. You know what I mean?
I used to have a radio drop from when I was on Cali, and it said, "Go to bed with DJ Nokturnal."
Dude, you got to find that one. You still got that one?
Yeah, I think I do.
Oh, that's good. That's really good, dude. Too. So,
All right,
And-
so how's
and-
this start? Oh, go ahead, Adley.
I was gonna say even just it seems like house parties are the thing where most DJs start, right? Besides the
I
bedroom.
feel like you're right. Yeah.
Feel like the next step.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
because at first you do it for free beer and to meet chicks, and then these guys in Bakersfield figured out how to make money off of it. We ended up being club DJs and radio DJs, but we were already old. You know?
And all we got was the free beer.
I know it's true. All right, Nocturnal. So how does it start, man? How'd you end up becoming a DJ?
All right, so I mean, there's multiple things that interested me at the beginning of my time. So one of my uncles, he was in a cover band, and he used to play like Mexican music, like Mexican covers. You know, like all the at quinceañeras, all the slappers, all the cumbia.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was a roadie. I would go with him. I was probably like 13. And I would go with him to all these quinceañeras all over town in Oxnard.
He
Ventura.
probably crushed, huh?
No, it was a good band. They had a gig every week, but they had these big ass earthquake speakers, in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were crazy. So they did like 4 on each side. So we had a.
I mean, they're probably always booked though. Think about it. They're just
they're
just doing Luis Miguel covers or whomever. You know what I mean?
Some Selena. Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing all the slappers. Like it was good. They even opened up. I think it was Los Tigres del Norte.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
dude.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
We know what's up with them.
Yeah, so this was like back in the day, like at the fairgrounds. I don't know what year it was. It was probably like early 2000s sometime. So anyway, I would roll with him. We would get paid $75 to unload and then to load back up. So we were cheap labor. And then I would get drunk. I was only like
How
13.
old were you?
I was like 13.
Okay.
But I would go to the bar and I'd be like, hey, I need beers for the band. And then I would take all kinds of beers back, but I would be sipping. I'll probably drink like 2 or 3 of them and I'll be faded. But
Yeah, you're 13.
but yeah, so
Hilarious.
I started going with.
Did any of your homies get to come with you and help you be a roadie, or were you the sole roadie?
No, it was me and I think one of my uncles, one of my other uncles. We used to just kick it, but we would drink for free. I mean, I only drank a couple of beers, and
He's
and
a
then at the end
lightweight
of
at 13.
yeah, I'll be knocked out in the car half the time.
Wait, what about your other uncle though? Like, how old was he?
I'm not sure. I don't even know how old he is right now.
But was he like close to your age? Was he a kid or was he a grown up?
No, he was a grown up.
Okay, I got you. So there's this grown up feeding 13-year-old kid beers.
No,
Well, it was for the
man,
band.
he didn't know I was.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he didn't know I was getting drunk. But I mean, he figured it out because I'll be passed out. But
I
so
trust
anyway-
this 13-year-old kid to take these
Anyway.
beers to Los Tigres. Yeah.
So when the band stops, they take a break. A DJ comes on, and back then, I mean, there was DJs, but we had our own DJ. It was one of the piano player. It was his son, and he just played CDs on this little controller. He wasn't really a DJ. They just burned all kinds of CDs, and he would just play songs in between, right? And I started messing with the little equipment, and I mean, that interested me, you know. So I mean, that's one story.
What
As
year?
far as
What year is this now, Nocturnal?
this has to be like early 2000s, maybe like 2001.
Dude, he's so young. Because
Yeah.
I was
Crazy,
crazy. He's
dude.
telling this story. And I'm putting him in like 1992, like where we were
Yeah, no.
at that age. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like 2001, between 2001 and maybe like 2006, something like that, somewhere in between those lines.
Bro, I got to tell you, I love the idea of a Mexican cover band. I don't know why I've never seen one before, but like that is the most brilliant thing.
They're popular all in Bakersfield. I mean, there's way too many of those, but
It's too bad.
yeah. But anyway, so I started getting interested in DJing right there. That wasn't really the style DJing. It was just like a little CD player, whatever. But then 2 of my uncles were DJs. DJ Adam G. They were like 90s DJs, like back in high school. My uncle would burn like mixtapes. He would record mixtapes, and then he would sell them, you know, at high school or whatever. And then my other uncle Joel, he was just a bedroom DJ, but he had all kinds of dope vinyl, 1200s, a realistic mixer. So one day,
Gotta have
my
a
uncle,
realistic. Yep.
exactly. One day, my uncle, he left his equipment at my house.
I knew that's exactly how this started. I knew it. As soon as he said he was a bedroom DJ, and then
Exactly.
he told us his rig. I'm like, how would you know his setup? Like, especially if you haven't DJ'd yet. I knew this was gonna happen. All right, go ahead.
So that became my setup. For Halloween, he got drunk. He left it there. There's probably like about 8 crates of records.
Ooh.
And I didn't know what the heck it was. Like at the time I wasn't like into it like that, you know. So the equipment stood at our house for like 2-3 weeks, and then I set it up in the garage. I was like, oh, he's not gonna come for it. I'm not gonna call him. And so I set it up in the garage, and I just started messing around. Me and my homies would kick it. We did school. We'd be in the garage doing extracurricular activities during school hours.
Listen to this, kids. This is a perfect example. DJ Nokturnal, drinking beer at 13, skipping school to play records with his friends. Perfect American. Go ahead, dude.
Man, I mean, I'm not proud of that stuff, but
I'm just clowning, bro. I'm just clowning.
But yeah, it happened, and I mean, good things came from it, you know. So,
hey, let me squeeze in a couple more shout outs. You guys mind?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's do it. Let's do a couple more shout outs. Gavin checking in. What's up, guys?
What up, Gab?
Big shout out to Baby George checking in. Wait, is that Baby George? Luis Miguel. Oh,
Luis Miguel.
Danny P checking in. What up, Danny P?
Man?
What up, Danny?
David
Big
Alvarado. What's up, Dave?
What up, Dave?
What's
Hey,
up?
DJ Wifey checking in.
Oh,
What's up, homie?
What's up, wifey?
I'm Facebook friends now with Wifey and Redeem.
Nice.
I'm gonna start sending Facebook requests to everybody who's been on the show, because like I'm never on Facebook. That's the problem. But anyways,
yeah.
Let's get back to this real quick. Nocturnal. So when me and Adley were in radio, we'd have to go talk to middle schools. So we go to middle schools and they'd be like, oh, so where'd you go to college? And I'm like, well, I kind of went to U of A, but they're like, where'd you go to high school? I'm like, I dropped out of high school. And the teachers always be like, you dropped out of high school? They wouldn't want me to tell the kids that. So like, yeah. So I was like, well, but now I'm famous. Anyway. So.
Hung out with Snoop Dogg last week, so you know.
Right. So, all right. So anyway, so now your uncle leaves his 8 crates of vinyl, his techniques, and his new mark. Now, how are we starting? Like, are we gonna do parties? Or are we gonna do, what are we doing here? Because I know you're already skipping school, but like, how are we gonna start? How are we turning this into an enterprise?
So I started just messing around. So I got familiar with how everything works, right? All the audio. And then I had like a CD karaoke machine or something, you know, like a little CD player. And I would hook that up into the mixer. So I'd play all the new songs on there. You know, like I'll burn CDs. I'll play off of Napster. Remember Napster?
Oh, yeah.
That.
So fair share.
Yeah. So
I mean, I heard of those things. None of us who are on this show right now ever used them. Nocturnal's telling us a story about somebody else. This is an alleged story.
Allegedly.
Exactly.
But anyhow, so I would play like new songs on those CDs, and then I'll use the records. And then so I got my first gig using that equipment. It was a New Year's Eve. It was actually the old owner of Murphy's, Abel. He had like this New Year's Eve party, and they hired me. I charged like $100, I think. And it was my first gig ever. It was like back in 2005. I remember that's when I established myself as a DJ, was 2005. So I'll never forget that. It was on New Year's Eve. And I had everybody telling me what, like they were digging through the records. They're like, play this song. And at the time I didn't really know, like all that music was old to me, you know what I mean? Like, but now that I think about it, I'm like, damn, I had some dope records. Like I had some tight
You probably
80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Your uncle had some dope records.
That's true. Your uncle loves Snoop Dogg. Your uncle loves Zap.
And he had all doubles too.
I was about to ask that too. Yeah, I was about to ask that.
So it was bad. It was bad. And
all right. So this gig, are there older people at this gig? Is that why they're like, oh yeah, we like those records?
Oh yeah, it's all old people. They're all like from the 80s. So
wait, Murphy's,
yeah.
You did that was your first gig? This
Not
club kind of.
It wasn't at Murphy's. It was at his house. He had a New Year's Eve party at his home.
Oh, at his house.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. So it was.
How old were you at that time?
I was probably like 15, I think.
Oh, dude, were you trying to crack at girls too?
I don't know. I think my parents made me go home because my parents were there. I think I had to go home like after like 12 or 1. Yeah, because I remember I left and I left the turntables. They were messing with them, and everybody wants to like scratch. You know, you get those drunk people. They always want to scratch.
Nah, bro, you can't touch those turntables. Nah,
So
I ain't touching those.
I went back and the needle was broken.
Oh, of
and
course.
I was like, bro, who broke the needle? And he paid for me to get new needles. So
Oh, nice. Nice.
yeah, so
Some orthophones.
I came up. Yep.
Oh. Dude, so the parents said, "No, it's midnight. Mijo, you got to go home, dude. You can't stay for the party, huh?"
That's it.
It's like,
Yeah.
well, Mom, you didn't sweat. Like, Mom, come on, let me stay. You were having fun though, right?
Kind of. I don't remember. I remember
Dude, he was already
vaguely
5 beers deep by that point, so he was passing out. 5 beers.
Mom's a
probably already
designated
drunk,
driver.
All right, we gotta give some shout outs. Show some shout outs.
We got a couple more coming up too. Yeah, let's see. Big shout out to Tim Soto back from Play 1039. We worked together at Groove too.
Famous.
What up, Tim?
He said, tell him about the vans they let you drive around at the radio stations. I don't know, dude. Those vans were pretty beat up, man.
Which one's at the station now or a different station?
Even Play 1039.
Did you go? No, dude. Nocturnal, did you work at Play 1039? What up, you?
No, but I work at Groove.
Bro.
Yeah, he works at Groove now.
Play's van. Look.
What's up, DJ Doc?
What's up, Doc?
What up, Marcus? Dude, Play's van looked like a van you would see in a movie about a radio station. Like that van was dope, bro.
It was pimped out, dude.
Yeah,
it had spinners and everything, huh?
It was sick, bro. Like I think it was before spinners though. The speakers, so you open the back 2 doors and the speakers were it looked like Back to the Future, bro. It was just like boom, 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 boom. Like that van was sick.
The only problem, and Tim remembers this too, the only problem with having that dope van is people would do the chain link fence. They get the bolt cutters, they'd break in and steal everything out of it all the time. Dude.
All the time.
Dude, we did we had 4 different systems in there and we finally just gave up. But that was dope. Yeah. You open the back doors, speakers built in, hit one switch, bloop, powered everything up and had a cordless mic ready for remotes and appearances and stuff this is sweet.
Dude, it was like the real world, bro. When I saw that, I was like, man, where are you working at, Adley? Because our station van, bro, it was like a busted A-Team van, dude. Like you remember the A-Team van?
The A-Team is young. He's refilling. You're not 13 anymore, Nocturnal. You don't have to hide it.
He's looking up.
I didn't know what kind of show this was. I was keeping it easy.
I thought he was looking on his phone to see who the A-Team was. Yeah, dude, we had this beat up A-Team van, dude, from Hot 98.3. It was this old. What kind of van was that, Adley? You remember? Was it a Ford?
Who knows? Ford GMC. It was just, yeah.
I'm surprised. It was one of those old travel vans with the curtains.
It could have had curtains, but it was all blacked out, though. It was like a cargo van.
Yeah, it was like a cargo van. And then, so me and Ad would always drive that van everywhere, but Adley drove because I think I had a suspended license at the time or something like that.
That sounds right. So, that sounds right.
Yeah, so Adley always had to drive. But then one time, bro, these contest winners, they won this dinner and this limousine came, but there was this big dude worked at the radio station. He was so fat he couldn't get inside the limousine. It didn't fit. So he had to sit in my seat in the station van, and they made me ride in the van. Why didn't I get to ride in the limousine? I just thought about that.
You just had to lay down in the back in the cargo. There's no seats back there.
I sat on the toolbox.
Oh,
there was a toolbox. I sat on the toolbox, and homeboy turned around. And he's like, "So Sketch, are you mad because I'm taking your seat?" And in my mind, I was like, "Bro, I'd be mad if I couldn't fit into the limousine, dude." But Knock, dude, that cat was a gangster, and I knew it, so I wasn't gonna say something like that to him for real.
We good. We good. So where you want?
Anyways, all right, let's get back to this.
And I gotta tie in Nocturnal's hustle too, because you started to get DJing more. That was your first gig. You actually got paid for it.
I know.
You're tasting that. I can make money at this.
Yeah. So I used to do it for fun. After that, and then I got into high school. And that's where, it started kicking off. There wasn't really a lot of DJs back then. There was the radio DJs that you hear on the radio. And then there was a few solid people that would do.
Dude, that is so dope, Nocturnal. You grew up in a generation with the DJ gap.
Yeah, so there wasn't a lot of I guess the radio DJs probably did a lot of the parties, but there wasn't enough of them. So my era was when the house party, I think every era has house parties, but for me, it seemed like that's where it kicked off. You know what I mean? High school, all the dopest parties everybody goes to. the whole entire school's there, all the east side, everybody all around. Like,
Wait, where did you grow up, Nocturnal?
What high school? Yeah.
I grew up on the east side. I went to a bunch of different schools, but Highland
Bakersfield?
and East High. Yeah, Highland and East High were the schools that I went to.
Okay.
And then I went to Golden Valley. I went to Vista P.
Dude, these parties sound lit, don't they, Adley?
Yeah. And these are all house parties.
Every time I talk to one of you guys from Bakersfield and you tell us about these house parties, they sound so lit. And they never sound like people were shooting or anything. It sounds like you guys just had a good time.
No drama
problems.
for the most part, right? Yeah.
I wouldn't say that, because later on in time it got crazy like that. But
people started having drama?
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's the worst.
There was a fight every weekend. There was something cracking, but yeah, in the beginning it was smooth. It was dope, man. It was a good time to come up as a DJ in that scene.
Yeah,
Man.
DJ Swift. Got to shout out DJ Swift too. What's up, man?
All right,
Did you ever? Yeah, and I was gonna ask too. Did you ever like approach someone having a house party? Say, hey, look, I'll DJ. I got security. I got access to kegs, and we'll just charge at the door. Not, we'll just have a party.
Nah. So what happened was, we would go to parties.
Question. Good question.
Yeah, we would go to. I would DJ parties. Right, the cops would show up. Everybody would leave, but everybody would meet up like at Fast Trip. Any Fast Trip that was in the area. I don't know if you have Fast Trips where you're at, Mike, but
no, but not. I know what a Fast Trip is. But you know what, dude? In West Covina, it was a place called El Loco. But it was in Covina, and every high school would go to El Loco. Yeah. I like your guys' idea though that it's just that name brand of gas station.
Yeah. So no matter what side of town you're on, it was always a Fast Trip. So the party got broken up, then the sideshow would be at a Fast Trip on the main street, and then there'd be like hundreds of people, and then people would just. I mean, back then technology wasn't as advanced as it is now. I mean, there were still smartphones and MySpace and things like that, but
Sidekick.
It wasn't as advanced as it is now. But so it would take time, and someone would be like, "Hey, there's a party over here at this house or this address," and then everybody would just caravan. You know what I mean?
And would you show up with your turntables? Like, yo.
So that's what I'm getting at. Exactly. So I'd go in there and I'd have all my equipment packed. I used to drive a Dodge Neon.
Oh, and, snap.
It's
not a lot of car for all that equipment, son.
Yeah, those are small.
I would slam all my equipment in that trunk in the back seat. I had homies that would want to roll.
Oh, dude, I totally know you're about to tell us. This is so mean to those homies, dude.
Yeah, they would hold all the equipment on their lap. Yeah, but they didn't have any rides, so they would roll, and then when the cops would show up, boom, I had people to take my equipment out. So anyway, we'd show up to these houses, and I would peep it out, and they'd be playing off like a boom box or something, and I'm like, hey, I got all my gear in the truck or in the trunk. Like, let me drop a set.
How big of stones do you have to just show up at somebody's party and just be like, hey, yo, man, your boombox is whack. Did you ever do it and there was a DJ there? Did you ever go, there was a DJ, but he was whack, and you're like, hey, man, we're done with Barry Manilow, my turn. Did you ever do that?
Sometimes, but I mean, sometimes I would know the DJ, so I would just take whatever I had, you know what I mean? And then I would drop a set next to whoever was there or whatnot. But yeah, I mean, those were the times right there.
Dude, this is one of the most interesting DJ stories I've ever heard in my life. How about you, Adley?
Dude, it's super interesting too, because and one of my stories.
These parties sound lit, dude. I wish I was at these parties.
Dude, I bet they were fun, man. Dude, Eastside knows how to party, dude.
It would be like 38. Like, hey guys, how's everybody doing? Like, that'd be horrible.
Dude, and the thing is too, I'm thinking you're rolling up because I had the mob. I had an old 65 Pontiac, and Mike remembers that, and I had some big ass speakers. And one time, some guys I don't know if Mike, you were there or not. The guys I need a ride. I'm all, dude, all my stuff's loaded. So he had to ride laying on the speaker with his ass hanging, facing out the window. and we're pulling up to the party. And he's like, Adley, don't you dare stop right in front of the party.
Was it a Keely that you did that
one
to?
of those dudes. Yeah, that's probably one of those dudes.
You had to drop him off down the street.
Yeah, I pulled up right in the front of the party and started honking the horn.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, the DJ's here. It was like, dude, move your ass. And it was
bro, Adley's car, that boat that he's talking about, it looked kind of like an Impala, but it was a Pontiac. Yeah. But it was, dude, his trunk was so big. There was a party. This is before me and Adley DJ'd together. So what happened was, Adley was the college radio program director, and then I was at the college radio station. Well, so like we didn't DJ together, and then eventually we became the Chino brothers DJ together. But dude, his car's trunk was so big. We were at a party DJing. He was not together at the time, and I needed a ride home because it was freezing cold. We threw my motorcycle in the trunk of his car, dude, and there was no problem with it. We just threw that motorcycle in and rode home.
That was a sweet ride, man.
All right, let's get back to these parties, bro. So now, from what I'm understanding, your flyer game is on point, correct?
Back then, yeah. I mean, I don't know exactly who made that flyer that I sent you, Adelaide, but I mean, the flyers all consisted of things like that. So it was pretty dope, man. I mean, we had house party.
What did it say? 4 kegs,
I'm trying
$5.
let me see.
4 kegs and $5 a cup or whatever. What is it?
Dude, it's oh man, I'm gonna show you guys on the camera. It's gonna be hard to see, but I'm gonna try. Let's see.
Oh, you can't put it. You can't share it with us.
House party. Don't go there tonight, though. Don't go to that house tonight, man. But look at that. Dude, that's so dope.
4 kegs.
Dude, Friday night, 9 o'clock till ?
Uh-oh.
2 kegs, $3 for girls, $4 for boys.
Dude, it's
All
cheaper
right.
for chicks, dude. It's cheaper for
It's
chicks.
always
That means
gotta
there's gonna be
be.
more chicks there.
But they still gotta pay.
But yeah, still and I respect that it's $3.
you
And
save
the ones that are
$1.
cutting the line, I can't help it, bro. You see how good looking that girl? Of course she cut the line. You know what's worst? Is when the fat hind is standing behind you and she just saw the baddie walk past you and she's yelling at you that she's getting in. It's like, why is she getting in? It's like, look, lady, if you can't figure out why you're not getting in and she is, you got more problems than that tonight.
Dude,
But anyways, let's get back to this. So
use a Sharpie to mark. Yeah, you got the little stamp.
yeah, dude, of course. What are you talking about, bro? You ain't coming here. There's always like a big brother. In West Covina, there's always like a big brother. Look like you just got out of prison. Big old muscles, putting that stamp on you. I was like, man, where did you come from, bro? You're like 32, man, you weirdo.
Somebody's uncle coming through like,
Yeah.
I need you to be security. All right.
All right, so you said 2 cakes, $3 to get in. But you told us off air that you only had a pony cake. You promised 4 cakes, you only had a pony.
Yeah, don't tell nobody. So we would get everybody there, and then we'd be like, "Dang, they blew through all the kegs or whatever." You know, so.
You're like, oh man, no money back. No money back guarantees.
Would you make them kick in for another?
Yeah, pretty much. We put the hat out.
But yeah, pass the cup. Everybody want to pitch in.
Or-
Come on, we get another cake.
or by that time the cops showed up, and then everybody left, and then it would just be all the homies. We would close the doors, and then it'd be like maybe like 20 people. And that's when the real party started.
Start cracking back again, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that one always gets busted too, dude, because it gets too loud. It starts off
Eventually,
everybody's like,
yeah.
let's stay quiet. Don't worry, they're not going to call the cops. By the end of it, there's like 3 or 4 people that shouldn't still be there, and they're screaming from the window. So I'm like, dang it, we're having a good time.
Yeah, I used to do house parties so much that I learned like all the technicalities, like when the cops show up and the warnings, and they write you a little citation. So I knew they just kind of scared you. They're like, oh, we're gonna write a citation, and then they would give it to you. But if you actually read it, it says you can't have a house party for 30 days. If you do, then you break that citation, and then that's when the fines happen. I think it was like 2 warnings or something like that. You know what I mean? So we would have a party, and then we would take a break.
You lay low for 30 days.
And then we'd have another party, take a break, and then we just kept doing parties after that. Like,
Bro, I haven't been to a house party in 1,000 years. How about you, Adley?
It's been a long time. It's
Like
been a
a-
very long
a
time. I wouldn't know what
scratch
to
your
do,
hand-
man.
Like a scratch your hand house party.
Like a Sharpie marking, like I paid.
exactly.
they're
Yeah,
not the
dude.
same. They're not the same anymore. That's for sure. I mean,
Like I got a crumbled $5 bill in my pocket, and no, I ain't got you house party. Like, when was the last time you went to one of those?
It's been a long time. And Knock, what about? I know Bakersfield. You hear about the field parties out in the orchards or whatever. Did you ever do one of those parties?
No, but those were too crazy for me. But
Oh wow.
the ones that I did were, so apparently during all this was like maybe like 2000, between like 2007 and 2010, people were breaking in. So there was party crews. So there
Danny
was
brought
like
the
little,
red solo cups.
yeah, there's little cliques. So everybody, like, they had names or whatever, and there was like they would just have parties every weekend. It would be a different party. So these people started getting desperate on where to have parties at. and they would break into like for sale houses or
Holy
foreclosed houses.
God, this sounds like a teen movie.
Yeah,
What?
so they'll break in, then they would have a party, and it became popular. Like it was happening almost every weekend. So I got booked for a party like that, and
Oh,
I mean, back then it was. I mean, now you're a little bit more wiser. You know, you get a contract and you have kind of somebody's liable. Back then it was like a teenager breaking into this house. And you're just like, they're like, how much? You're like, oh no, give me $100. And then you show up, and then sometimes you would get stiffed. You know what I mean? If they didn't give you the money right away, you would get jacked. So
You're like, man, this is a nice house, man. I'm gonna get paid.
Why are
And
you
you're
guys
like, "Oh, these
smashing
guys
the
are broken."
windows?
What?
yeah. So we're in
Why are you peeing in the carpet, man?
we're in this house. We're in this house, right? And I think it's just normal. Like somebody moved out. And I'm like, damn, this house
No
is empty.
furniture.
So I parked my car. Well, it's my mom's car. I park it in the
no.
garage. I park it in the garage, and I unload all my equipment, and then we start DJing, and then somebody runs inside. They're like, hey, the neighbors called the cops. So I'm like, oh shit, the cops are coming. So we start packing everything up, right? I break everything down. I load it into the car. I'm about to get into the car, and I open the garage, and then boom, here comes like
up. Yeah.
10 police, and then they come in. They at gunpoint, and they slam everybody. Whoever is in there, they slam you, whatever. They do all kinds of crazy stuff. And then what happened? So I get handcuffed, right? And I get
man. Can we get let's get a little context to this story real quick. Was it a white neighborhood?
Probably,
I was
yeah.
gonna say it was in a fancy
All right,
neighborhood.
hold on.
Yeah.
Were all the kids at that house party? Were they from your neighborhood?
Probably, yeah.
All right, hold on, not done yet. Were said kids also Mexican?
Who?
Or were the rest of the kids with you also Mexican?
Everybody was Mexican and black.
Okay, now do you understand the story where they're pulling straps, Adley? Like, it's not like his uncles has to pull straps.
We were racially profiled.
Yeah, man, 100%, dude. Come on.
Us knocking down the for sale sign and breaking in.
So I had no idea that was an abandoned house or whatnot. You know what I mean? So I got caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. One of the owners or the real estate people showed up, and then I forgot how I got out of it. The cops
You
let
gotta
me.
be kidding me.
The
How
cops
did
let
you
me
get
go.
out of this?
I don't know. I think my aunt showed up. One of my aunts, she was cool. So I called her and I'm like, hey, I was like, I told her the situation and I'm like, I need you to come down here like
My
right now.
mom
Like,
is gonna beat me for
Yeah.
borrowing her car. And you
Exactly.
gotta
Yeah, you
keep
don't
that
call
from
mom, you
happening.
call the cool tia. for sure.
Exactly.
So yeah, I got out of that one. But yeah, it was crazy. Back then it was wild, man. I seen people get stabbed. I seen people get shot at. I seen brawls.
Dude, these house parties sound so phenomenal, man.
But they don't shoot the DJ, remember?
Yeah,
Never.
no,
Never.
DJ.
Dude, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I just realized the last house party I ever went to. Do you know the last house party I ever went to, Adley?
What?
I think it was with you. It was a 420 party. We were in college, and there was that white dude who had dreadlocks that went to school with us. I can't remember his name, but he was there too.
I don't remember that.
And
I don't
Thomas
remember.
was with us. Yeah, and like all Too Strong was with us. But I didn't know what 420 was because I didn't smoke weed like that.
Huh. Yeah, I don't
So
remember
Chino
that.
Brothers
And that was
house party
20
in
plus years
Bakersfield
ago.
for y'all's anniversary.
DJ
Dude, you know
Wifey's
what?
having a house party for us. All right.
Once we get like 100,000 subs, we're gonna do the Chino Brothers like DJ ball, and we're gonna invite all the DJs who've been on the show. All right, so now we're getting older, Nocturnal. We're starting to graduate from high school. This has been a great time, but are you starting to eyeball the clubs or what?
Not necessarily. I mean, in Bakersfield, there's a lot of politics with DJs at this time. Probably kind of now too, but I mean, you know how it is. Once you're locked in somewhere, that's your territory as a DJ. You kind of don't want any outsiders coming in. So I mean, I tried, but it was hard. I mean, there was dope named DJs at the time just rocking all the clubs, all the bars, things like that. So I stood kind of in the house party scene, but after that, I kind of like lost interest. I didn't want to get arrested anymore. So,
not
so
for
I-
DJing anyways.
yeah, no. So I switched it up. I started doing like private parties, And I mean, I'm not, the parties that I did, the mobile gigs. I guess I was like a mobile gig DJ, and I mean, they were all right. I didn't really know how to charge either way, but I would get booked a lot, man. Like I would be every weekend I had a gig. Yeah, I don't even know what I used to charge back then, but yeah, I would go to Visalia. I would go up north. I would go to like Hesperia, like a LA area. I mean, I would be booked. I mean, most of it was like family or somebody knew that I was a DJ, so they would hire me out of town or something. So yeah, I was doing gigs like that for a while, and then I don't know. I think there was like a time where I just lost interest in DJing. So for a while, I stopped DJing, and then boom, I just started DJing at bars, and then I got my big break on the radio, and I was just at the right place at the right time. And then I mean the rest is history, you know.
So how does that happen, Adlai, with picking up Knock on the radio?
This is and Knock says he doesn't remember this, and Mike, you've been to the Nile. Remember that club, the Nile? Me and Oscar of Proud Entertainment were hanging out, and Oscar always conniving. You know what I'm saying? Always conniving and stuff. And he's all, "Hey, a couple DJs want to meet us out at the Nile. They're not 21 yet, but they want to talk to us about doing some promoting their club or whatever." And Nocturnal, it was you. And I want to say DJ Darkside, because I remember thinking like they got some scary DJ names. I don't know, man. I'm kind of afraid. No, I'm just kidding. But it was kind of like Darkside and Nocturnal. You're like, whoa. But we're like, okay.
Dude, the sicker the name, the cooler. Like your name, your DJ name has to either be I'm nuts or I'm gonna execute you.
I go hard on the turntables. Yeah. So we met, and then I think Proud Entertainment Oscar's like, all right, guys, what we'll do is you guys DJ the house party. We'll collect the door money and you'll make $60 for the night. And I'm pretty sure you guys walked away like, nah, we're not doing that deal.
Yeah.
It was something similar to that, I think, because I was like, cool. And then we talked for a few minutes and kind of that was that. And then fast forward years later, Nocturnal's working at Groove and we're on Fridays at 5. And dude, it's cool seeing Nocturnal start out so young. Granted, we don't advocate underage drinking, but
not at all.
But I mean, but you know what I'm saying, dude. That's the lifestyle.
Nocturnal has turned his life around. He's wearing a "Make America Great Again" hat right there, supporting the old president. You know, that guy has morals. Having intercourse with the pornography actress behind his wife's back. You know, I don't know what this Trump. You might like him, you might not like him. But Nocturnal's a true patriot. That's how we know.
and Nocturnal's been rocking the mustache since 05, because that was right around 05. I feel
he does it right, dude,
or something like that. Yeah, that's kind of your trademark too, right?
That's all. That's actually the mustache came a little bit later, but that's all I could grow. I tried to grow a beard. You know, like beards were a thing, and I couldn't grow it. It'd be all patchy. And then,
like a lumberjack beard, you mean?
Yeah. So I tried to grow a beard, and then I just grew my mustache, and it became like a trademark. I mean, I get joked around a lot about it, but that's how you brand yourself in a way.
You do it right, bro. You putting the 3 flowers in there? How are you getting that little?
I use mustache wax. So it's Clubman's mustache wax.
Okay, I never heard of such a thing.
And I think we skipped over something back in high school. Didn't you have a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I felt like kind of like maybe that was kind of one of those turning points where like I got to get my ish together. Maybe, do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there too.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it wasn't the best time of my life. Those few years, it was like I hit rock bottom like 2 times in my life, in my young adult life.
Wow.
Yeah. It was crazy, man. It was definitely I mean, people probably see me now and they're like, "Oh, dang, who does he think he is?" But I mean, I came from dirt. Like I had a good beginning, like all the stories I was telling you, and then there was a patch in my life where it was like, it was crazy. Rock bottom 2 times, I think, and then boom, now I just skyrocketed.
2 times, bro. Like, because one time I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't coming back here. Like, what made you think the second trip was going to be better? How'd that happen?
Shit happens, man. Excuse my friends.
I understand.
Yeah, things happen, and I mean, life happens, you know, and I think that part of my life I'm not really proud of, but I mean, fast forward to now, I woke up one day And I was like, man, what are you doing with your life? Like, what's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you going to do to better yourself? And I swear, once I changed my mentality, nobody's going to get it for you but you. You know what I mean? You can't wait for handouts. You got to get it on your own. And I mean, that was my motivation, I guess, to myself. I had a heart to heart with myself.
I want you to teach your whole generation that, Knock. Your whole generation needs to understand that sentence you just told us. Do you agree with me, Adley?
100%. Absolutely.
Because like a handful of you young people, man, you guys are grinders. I really respect you. And then the rest of it, it's like, hey, man, you think you really deserve this? Come on now. Like, I saw this speech on YouTube, and it was this like kid about Nokturnal's age, and I can't remember, maybe like 25. And he's like, thank you for nothing, for making us have to work harder than every generation. The American dream's not available to us. And I'm like, bro, my dad worked on the Grapevine. Like, I'm the product of that environment, and God bless me to be where I am. There's so much work.
There's so much opportunity, but I mean, you could either sit around and wait for your turn, or you can make your turn. And
you gotta grind, bro.
That's where my turning point was, you know. And I swear to you, like that week that I was homeless for a little while, and
oh my gosh,
dang,
I was laying on the floor looking at the ceiling. I'm like, man, what are you doing with your life? You know, like, let's get it going.
Were you like couch hopping homeless, or were you like shelter homeless?
No, like couch hopping, but you get prideful. I mean, there's a bunch of different places you could go, family and stuff, but you don't want to. I mean, I had a lot of pride, you know, so I didn't want to like.
Yeah, of course.
I was parked behind my brother's house in his alley, and I had a car, and I would fall asleep, and then I would just like wake up 7 a.m. I would go take a shower at his house, and then I would bounce around all day long. That was the kind of homeless that I was. I would stay. How would you say? I wouldn't be in anybody's way. You know what I mean? So that way, I was welcome back wherever I went. You know, I didn't want to be a burden, so I would use my resources when I needed them, and boom. But anyway, fast forward from there, I turned my life around, and I think Danny Hill, he was the one that approached me. He approached me years before. It was at Murphy's St. Patrick's Day event. He was DJing, and he gave me his card. He was like, "Hey, contact me. I need help DJing at the station." And I didn't take him serious. I was young. I wasn't interested, you know. And then years later, I landed this gig at La Mina, and Taco Tuesday's there, and it's Cali 95.3. They're doing the Taco Tuesday remote. And who do I see? I see Danny Hill. And I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? Remember me? Like, it was like years had passed. And then we just kind of kicked it off. And that was when I was like begging. I was like, come on, bro. Did you listen to my mixtape? Like, let me be on there. And I kept giving them like CDs and demos and stuff. And then finally one day he was like, hey, come into the station. Let's have a meeting. And then that was when my life pretty much changed. I got on radio. And then I started just booking all kinds of gigs everywhere, man. All the local. I know everybody starts off. It's kind of a bittersweet place, but Martini's.
Oh wow,
Martini's the bowling alley.
Martini's, huh?
Martini's.
With Nike? Was that with Nike?
Is that the spot, Adley? Is that the spot where you get bottle service for $100?
Yep. I love that spot. I'm not gonna lie. I love that spot. As a patron, I don't know if I could work there, but I'd go there for the $99 bottle service.
Yeah. No, it was a cool.
It was in a bowling. You could walk. The door was. You'd walk out to the bowling alley.
Knox. Is that classy to take a lady to the $100 bottle service? Like if you're trying to like impress a girl, you taking her to the.
It depends on what you mean trying to impress her. I mean, if you're trying to get laid, maybe, yeah.
Dude, true story. I just started dating a chick, and DJ Myth was DJing. You know DJ Myth, right?
Yeah.
And, he was DJing, and I was like, 99. I was looking at the flyer on the wall. It's like $50 for the plastic bottle service, like the cheap stuff, like the Walgreens bottle stuff. And I'm all like, $50, and it's all $99 for the Grey Goose, the Patron, like the good stuff.
Did it come with a sparkler on top?
They brought. It's interesting. They brought it out, like they set you in front of the DJ. by the dance floor. A little. I mean, dude, the tables were like basically from the bowling alley. They're all wobbly and the wood grain and cheap and stuff. But I did take a chick there and a couple friends, and they're like, "Whoa, this guy's balling, dude." He's
dude, $100 is gonna get you is gonna get you panties, dude. $100.
Well,
hey, they're in the back.
I was gonna say
filling the Grey Goose bottle up with cheap vodka.
That sounds like something they would do there
with the Ralph's brand.
The supermarket.
They still have Ralph's there or no?
We got a
Safeway.
No,
Bonds.
we got Alberts.
Bonds,
We got
yeah.
Food Max, but they lock up all the booze. But I think the bottle service. But I think what it was Miss saying, "Yo, D-Lay, what's up?" Give me a shout out over the speakers too. That was kind of cool. I gave him like most of the bottle because we didn't finish it because it was like 6 of us, and I was like, "Dude, just finish it." And he's like, "Yeah, let's go." Giving the bottles, but martinis
tastes like
nasty vodka.
Yeah, it tastes like grain alcohol moonshine from West Virginia.
that bar was so crazy. I remember one day we were DJing and we couldn't leave. It was a crime scene right outside.
What?
Like there was a crime scene outside. The cops shut it down, and everybody was trapped inside. You couldn't leave the park. If your car was in the parking lot, you were asked out because it was considered a crime scene.
Did you get to bowl while you waited?
I used to park my car on the other side, so I got lucky. Yeah, I got lucky. I left, but yeah, that place was wild. But
dude, you can tell how grimy a place is by how dark they keep the lights. And that place, the darker it is, the grimier it is because it was dark in there. Like
also, there's
dark.
also something about how grimy a place is if you don't want to park your car in front of it. You know what I mean? If you're like, I don't want to park my car in front of this dump.
I ain't putting the Dodge Neon out front. Heck no, man. That's what you rather. So that was your first kind of club gig was Martinis?
Yeah, that was with the station though. It was kind of like a remote. They
that was with Kelly?
Yeah, they paid us to be
Which
there.
Is now Energy. The guys listening out there, that's our sister station.
Yeah, it's now
really?
Energy. So I work for Buckley Radio, and then it transitioned to Alpha Media.
Alpha Media is what it is now.
What it is now, yeah.
What were you getting paid back then for DJing?
I want to say at Martinis it was like $250 or $300. Something like that.
Wow, that's nice.
Not bad.
That's
Okay,
nice money.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad.
It's because we I'm a haggler, bro. I know how to haggle people. So I was like, man, I'm on the air. I'm on the radio. You know, I kind of pumped it up more than what it was. And I mean, I just started. So,
dude, people are watching, man. You don't want to share that secret, do you? Hey, but I will say this about Martinis. All the staff was usually pretty good looking. The females that he would hire.
He had a type. It was white, tall, blonde women with fake boobs.
That was
this is nuts.
That was it.
How are you conning people into going to this place? It sounds like a dump. I'm not trying to be mean or nothing, but
people went though. It'd get cracking, man. But the bottle service was cheap, the drinks were cheap, and the music was good. Where else could you hear like that kind of? Because dude, and I remember coming to Bakersfield in 2005, and I remember Rock and Rodeo just shut down because of shootings. All these different clubs, and and it was still kind of like, oh, it's the hip hop. So you get a Martinis. It was cheap. It was good music, and there was, well, I'm not gonna say there was no drama, but there'd be drama. But you kind of expect a day, like, well, something's probably gonna pop off.
Knock, you're still doing
drinks are cheap.
Are you still doing clubs now?
Nah, I used to run a nightclub. I was like the co-founder, I guess. I wasn't the money backing of it, but I found the location. I got the owner to buy it, and then we had a team. It was a dope team at the time, and we created this like Las Vegas vibe.
Oh wow!
And it was kind of cool, but Bakersfield Bakersfield, the nightlife here kind of sucks, honestly. I mean, I hate to talk about our town, but our nightlife is there's only like one major club in Bakersfield. Now there's like I want to say there's like 2 now, like English hip hop club,
Bakersfield don't have the Hollywood money though. You know what I'm saying? I always kind of thought about
with the $100
that.
So yeah, we try to bring a different vibe, and that was fun while it lasted. It didn't last too long, but
was it the Avenue?
The Avenue, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, wifey remembers. Was that also 21 Club?
It was a 21, and then the owner that I know bought it from the old owner. And then we transitioned. Avenue was
nice.
the name. It was the name I created. So I founded the name because it was on Chester Avenue.
Yep.
I'm like, hey, Avenue would be a dope name, you know. So yeah, it was bad, man. We had a bunch of entertainment. I had all kinds of acts coming in.
Was
I had
there
like
gunplay ever?
No, this is more upper class. It was like
Yeah, I like that.
I was
It was
in a
nice.
suit. I was in a suit. All of us.
I like that. Yeah.
We all matched, like all the staff. We all wore like the same color attire. You know what I mean?
What kind of music would you guys play?
It was just clubby stuff. It was just like
Modern clubby or old school stuff?
No, like modern stuff. You know, like EDM.
Did you have an old school night?
I had.
We
Yeah,
tried to groove. I think when I first came on, you were managing it, and we're working on some stuff.
I brought Club Nouveau.
Okay.
I brought Club Nouveau.
You brought Tino Cochino.
I had Chino, Club
I remember
Nouveau. I had a couple of social media influencers.
What was Club Nouveau's hit again? Besides
Jealousy, Situation Number 9.
Rumors. That was it. Yeah, Situation Number 9.
Lean on Me.
Rumors.
Yeah. Lean on. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's why I said besides Lean on Me, but Rumors. And then what was the other one? Situation Number 9.
Situation Number 9. They also did Jealousy.
Bro, I never can understand what song you're singing when you sing, Adley. It never sounds like it. Don't sound like the real song.
Hey, who sings that song? Keep it that way. Nah.
Yeah, that's what he used to say.
Classic. I remember
He
that.
used to fire it out too. Who sings
a
that
good
song? Lisa, Colt Jam. Keep it that way. He thought they were really wondering about your musical taste. All right, Nocturnals, come to the time of the show when Adelaide's going to read us some news stories and we're going to clown on celebrities. You ready, homeboy?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I'm going to give you a couple topics. Do we want to talk NFL draft? Do we want to talk fabulous cooking? Or do we want to talk city of LA paying $300,000 to somebody for losing one of two of these things? I'm just going to give you that much. That's it.
One or two of these things.
Let's talk about the last one. The last one sounds.
The last one's but I'm interested in the draft too. But let's talk about the last one first. Go ahead.
All right. Well, the city of Los Angeles is set to pay one man $300,000 after unanimously approving a settlement in a lawsuit. We'll get down to it. This is back in 2020. Now, David Bond filed the lawsuit after we was shot in the testicle by a rubber bullet at a protest in front of LA back in 2020. Now, I'm thinking what I want to ask you guys is, first of all, is a testicle worth $300,000?
Wait, did he lose it or he just got shot in it?
It sounds like he lost it. So,
bro, I need a little more than $300 for that, dude.
Can he still have kids?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because if he can't, I mean, if he could legally, a kid's worth way more than $300,000. I mean, multiple kids.
Yeah, you put them to work early.
If you got to pay child support, is what I'm saying. So
that's the other side. Yeah,
I mean, by all means, he better get that money.
300. So $300,000. You think $300,000 is a fair price?
If he can bust a bust and get a girl pregnant, then I don't know, bro. I think $300,000 is a good price.
DJ Doc saying $25,000 tops.
$25,000 tops. Doc, bro, no way.
That's
a pair.
You're nuts.
That's half of your man.
You're nuts.
That's half of your manhood.
Yeah, no, not at all.
DJ Doc,
I don't want to get a vasectomy. Much less have somebody shoot me there.
Mike said your nuts, but my nuts $300,000 and up. Your nuts can go for $25,000.
Maybe mine like half a mil at least.
50-50 probably. I mean, but then again, it's like a kidney. If you got to donate one kidney, you can still live with one kidney. Can you still live with one?
Bro, but can you bust with just one nut? That's first. It doesn't feel the same, right? Because like, bro, I'm not trying to lose any of that. And then can have kids.
The momentum isn't going to be the same. You know what I mean?
All right, knock. Okay, here we go. So we have to establish rules since Adelaide's not reading them in this paper. So let's just establish the rule that yes, you can still bust. It still feels exactly the same, and you can still have kids. Now, how much is it worth to get shot in the nuts?
$300,000, because that's half of your manhood.
$300,000 still?
Yeah, I mean, if it was me, I would juice them for as much as I could.
Yeah, man,
now, Nocturnal,
at
imagine you're sleeping in your car behind your uncle's house in the alley, thinking like, man, do I really need both these testicles? How much would I sell one for at that time?
At that time, probably like $10,000.
I thought you were going some other direction with that ad lib. I thought you were going to say, now imagine DJ Nokturnal, you're lying in the back of your brother's house in your car thinking, nothing in life could get worse than this. And then someone shot you in the nuts. Oh, dude, I don't know, bro. $350K for one of my nuts. Oh, dude, I still feel like that's low for me personally.
Back when me and Mike were sharing an apartment paying $300 a month, $375 a month for it, I probably would have took like $600, dude.
Nah, dude, I want $1 million. I want $1 million. I want to retire. So I want $1 million. Actually, no, I want $1,000 a day for the rest of my life.
DJ Doc says you could put in a prosthetic.
Doc seems to know a lot about nuts and the value of them. What's going on around here, Doc? Come on, man.
Now here's the other side of the thing, though, too. Police brutality comes into play, maybe, right? But Bond, the guy, the victim, said, "I never threatened anyone, made no aggressive movements towards anyone, made no furtive gestures, and no physical movements that would reasonably suggest to the police that I was attempting, willing, or intending to inflict harm on anyone." Oh, that's apparently his lawyer talking. But video footage says he was wielding a tennis racket and a salad bowl, which he used to protect himself and others in the crowd from projectiles being fired by officers. So they were shooting. Sounds like shooting blindly.
So my question is, where was the salad bowl?
That's what I'm saying.
In the wrong place.
Was he using it? Was he trying to use it as a cup or what? Like,
that's where it would have been on me. Maybe it was one of those real small salad bowls like you used to get at Bob Big Boy. Remember you get those at Bob Big Boy? You just have like 5 pieces of lettuce with a cherry tomato. You're like, I guess this is a salad, but I still get my big hamburger, right?
Hey, he must have some big nuts.
Not anymore, bro.
Yeah, I'm just looking. A portion of his left testicle surgically removed. So worse. A portion of it. So he's 1.5.
That's even worse.
So really $300,000 for half of one.
Dude, I couldn't even live like that, man. I could not live like that, bro.
Now, if you're a cop and you're holding the line and you got crazy protesters yelling at you, holding salad bowls and stuff, it's a rubber bullet. Could have been worse.
Yeah, those were crazy. Those are crazy times. Those protests.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll tell you right now, if you want me to back up, shoot the dude to the left of me in the nuts. As soon as I see that, I'm done, bro. If you want me
when
to
he
back
goes
up,
down, like, ow.
Nah, you got to be some sort of notorious person to shoot somebody in the nuts, bro. Like, haven't you ever noticed if you watch a movie and the dude gets shot in the wiener?
That's
like whoever
mean.
did that, that's a real criminal. That's like
that's mean.
You know, that's a diabolical. You know what I mean? That's like a MS-13 diabolical. You know, like Pablo Escobar type of person. You know what I mean? That's not just a normal person.
Yeah.
So
and dude, Nocturnal. Just think about it, man to man. You're in high school and you got beef with somebody. Like, let's fight. Even at that point, Mike, you say like, all right, down here in the nut region is off limits, and both dudes will be like, agreed. Once you go for the newts, you've crossed that line, and it's like, whoa, that's getting dirty.
We didn't fight by the Queensberry rules in West Covina, bro. It was
below the belt.
Happens. But I will say this: if you saw somebody shoot somebody in the nuts with like a paintball gun, I would be like, you're an evil person, man. Why would you do something like that?
Yeah,
you know?
That is mean. That's just not right. Not Turtle. I thought you had a comment.
No, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
All right, come on, man. Let's get to this next story. What do we got for us?
All right, let me close that one too. Now, okay, so we got Fabulous in his cooking, the NFL draft, and then Lizzo. We got a Lizzo story too. So,
oh my gosh,
which one you want to go for the draft?
Let's do the Lizzo one real quick. I love doing Lizzo because it's always like, all right, what's the guest gonna say? Like, are they gonna shy away from it? Are they gonna pretend like they don't notice? You know what I mean? Like, all right, here we go.
Not.
Okay, all right. Lizzo is down for a versus battle, food themed against Saweetie. Now, Saweetie and Lizzo's penchant for bizarre food amalgamations has often made each of them a social media talking point. But in a recent interview from Power 106, the rumor singer argued her snack combinations are far more off-putting than Saweetie's. She says, here's the thing. Y'all think Saweetie eats random combinations? It's not that uncommon. People be eating like that. It just don't nobody talk about it because it's so, My food combinations are disgusting, Lizzo admits. I'll do mustard and watermelon. Like it's just we're not the same. Saweetie be doing that's like, I might try that, or we've been eating like that because, that's just black people. We like to do that. but I do S that's unthinkable. That makes people, it makes them gag. Watermelon with mustard.
The watermelon with mustard, that was like a trend on TikTok. I haven't tried it, but I heard it was good.
Sure. Okay. Here's my question for you, Knock. Would you pay $69 to watch Lizzo and Saweetie, whoever that is, just eat disgusting food?
No, I'll just wait till it leaks and I'll watch it for free.
I'm not even gonna peek it when it leaks, dude. I never even realized how many verses there are. You ever go on YouTube and you're like, oh, I want to see that verses. You type in verses, you're like, what is this, dude? The Baha Men versus Shinehead. Yeah, it's like so many random verses, dude. You had no idea. Like I'm telling you, it was like 90 verses you never heard of. You only hear the big ones, or it's like, okay, Ja Rule and Fat Joe. Okay,
What's up, Jaimito?
Yeah, big shout out to Jaime. Yeah, I wanted to throw that up there. But yeah, I don't know, dude. But what was that old? It was from like 3-6 Mafia, and they had one of those reality shows. And they're talking like, I love it when my girl dips her toes in ranch, and you just lick the ranch off the toes and stuff. And it made me think of that, and just think
that's like don't be a menace while drinking your juice in the hood.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
The kitchen scene in the refrigerator
with the hot sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's it. Oh, that's like reminds me of the Drake and the condom. Remember we threw away the condom, but he put hot sauce in it first. And the girl tried to impregnate herself with it.
Yeah,
oh my
so
gosh.
Weird, man. Did you even have to think of that? All right, what's our last story, Adley?
You guys want to go draft? Yeah.
I gotta pee real bad.
All right. Well, this is about the NFL draft. Well,
Hold
the
on,
NFL draft.
I'm gonna get up and pee real quick.
All right, Nocturnal. So the NFL draft. Oh, apparently it kicked off this Thursday, and it's going to continue through Saturday. And as the draft got underway, licensed escort Roxanne Price made a proposal to this year's top pick. Roseanne Price is a licensed sex escort who was born back in 94, blah, blah, blah. The 27-year-old has been working at legal brothels since 2014. Now she's saying, where is it at? She's saying she will hook up the first pick with a fun night, if you know what I'm saying. So the least I can do is offer the top draft pick, the most valuable thing I possess, my premium erotic services at no charge. It's my way of saying thank you to the athletes that inspire us all. Now, is this inspirational? Would this make people out there want to be an NFL player? Or do you think that's over the top? What do you think, Knock? Is that too much?
Nah, I mean, what does she look like?
She's all right looking, but I mean, she's been doing that kind of work for 10 years ish, right around there. So she's been doing it for a while. And it's kind of funny, but it sounds like it's just kind of a Twitter grab. But it's like, dude, you get a fat contract if you're the NFL, the number one NFL draft pick. Mike, just to recap real quick. So there's a sex worker that's going to offer a night of fun to the first draft pick.
I mean, I don't really think he needs that.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. You got a fat contract. You're getting paid no matter what.
He's probably going to get that either way without her or not. Like,
yeah, he's been getting that since he was in high school, since he was in middle school.
If you're a good football player, a good athlete, yeah, you're probably doing okay. Especially if you're like at a top college and you're like, okay, I'm going to the NFL draft. I will be playing in the NFL.
Draft's tonight. Everybody's watching it besides watching the Chino brothers at home.
Yeah. This is way better, though. This is way better. Now, she works at the Chicken Ranch. We've all heard of that, I think, right? It's a legal establishment outside of Las Vegas. And just to re-say the quote, she said, the least I can do is offer the top draft pick, the most valuable thing I possess, my premium erotic services at no charge. It's my way of saying thank you to the athletes that inspire us all.
Disgusting, dude, why would you want that? It's like, hey, how's it going? I've seen 50 different wieners this week. You're
a mile plus of ween.
Yeah.
I even seen a guy with testicle and a half.
He got shot at this house party. DJ Nokturnal. He crashed this person's house.
They abandoned the house. The house was for sale.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm telling you, like
that's insane.
that's such a waste. What NFL draftee is like, that's what I want. I mean, there is no way on earth she will look anything like any of the smoke shows this dude's probably walking past to get to his jersey to hold up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's girls waiting by the locker room
Yeah.
that are saving
Celebrities.
it for
Celebrities, yeah.
somebody like that. Like, I'll be your first. Let's get married. Let's see those zeros on that contract. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
that's when you see
yeah.
the brother next to him, like, you see what this hot sauce right here. You know what this hot sauce is for, don't you? Don't forget. Don't forget.
Oh, dude, that's too crazy. But yeah, so I don't know. She's obviously trying to up her followers on social media or whatever too. So, but yeah, it's about the money. That's why you do it.
Who wants to do that, dude? That's disgusting, bro. Like, here's how you know it's disgusting. Would you want that? Would you want to share that with somebody? Like, yo, man, I'm gonna send my friend down to you. It's like, no, I don't want to do the same thing that he did with you. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, she works at the chicken ranch or whatever, right? And she has 18,000 followers on Twitter and 362 on Instagram.
Red flag, red flag, red flag.
Wait, how many followers on Twitter?
Twitter 18,000
Oh,
and 362 on Instagram. So
okay.
yeah, so she's just trying to blow up, trying to make her mark. But yeah, if you're the number one draft pick, I think you'll do fine in the female department.
I thought you were going to tell me she had 362 venereal diseases, because I would have believed that a little more than I would have believed Instagram followers. I'm not mad at her. She's trying to get on Instagram, but I still think that's weird, dude. Like, the whole thing is weird to me. Like, just how we're in this world now where it's like, hey, you want to be a porn actress? It's like, you know, that's the internet, right? It never goes away. Like, you cannot erase it. You can't erase the internet. Don't do that. It's like, too late. I already did it. It's like, man, ooh, you're going to be there for a while.
Yeah, you don't want that to come up later on. Hey, and can we squeeze in one last shout out?
Yeah.
We got to say a big shout out to Too Short. Happy 56th birthday. 56 today.
Yeah,
And
happy birthday.
I'm bringing that up because how much did Too Short impact our lives?
I think Too Short was dope. I think
Yeah.
DJ Nocturnal's too young to know who Too Short
Nah,
is.
I grew up listening to him, and the E40 was my dude. Like,
Okay.
E40, the hyphy era was like, that was 2000, 2007, maybe
Yep.
a little bit before that, but that was the era that I grew up in. So
Big
E40,
in
Too
the
Short,
Bay Area. Big.
all the Bay Area, yeah, Mr. Fab.
Yeah.
I used to love all that.
And the reason I wanted to bring him up too, because Nocturnal, you did mention selling mixtapes and mixed CDs. That's how Too Short blew up, selling mixtapes out the trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I see Too Short on Vlad TV all the time now.
Really?
He's got crazy stories.
I bet, dude.
Dude, he told the story about Suge Knight that was nuts, dude, on Vlad TV. I want to interview Too Short.
That'd be dope.
But-
Come on the show. Too
Yeah.
Short. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching the Chino Brothers, man. DJ Nocturnal, it was a fun time. That was a fun time. What do you think, Adley?
Dude, Nocturnal's one of those dudes that's super chill, kind of quiet, doesn't talk a ton, but always hustling. I think you got 18 things going on right now, Nocturnal, right?
Yeah, well, not when my leg messed up. I messed my leg. I got a knee injury, but yeah, I mean, like you said, when you got COVID, you're like, I can't be sick. Like, that's how I feel right now, but I'm stuck in my tracks.
Oh, I can't do that, man. That drives me insane.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo next week at La Mina on District, like a half a mile from my house, dude.
Oh yeah, you
So,
can walk, get dropped off, so we can have some fun.
Have your mom drop you off.
I'll ride my bike, dude. I got a bike lock.
All right, guys, check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, all that other stuff. We will see you next Thursday. And don't forget, check us out during the midweek on the Midday Getaway. We'll talk to you guys next time. And subscribe to us on YouTube. All right?
Thank you,
Peace.
Lionel Rockin That Vinyl.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, DJ Nocturnal.